but I have no regrets, and I really want to say thanks to everybody who has watched.
I'm joined by Insanity after an unfortunate loss to 100 Thieves. Let's start a little bit before the games. You guys won one game against FlyQuest that kept your hopes and dreams alive. How was the confidence level, like the practice? How was everything going into this game?
I really feel like we had like a really high level of confidence going into this series in general, to be honest. I think even at least most of our scrims the week before and our prep going into it, it felt like we were really ready and we were going to just 2-0 quick. And then we were pretty much thinking about the, what's it called?
Tiebreaker?
The tiebreaker scenarios. We actually didn't even know about that until pretty recently because, I mean, I went on pros the week before and it was kind of confusing because they said the opposite. We didn't have to play tiebreakers only if Energy won a game, but it was actually the other way around. So we didn't even know about that. But I mean, either way, I think we had a lot of confidence going into the series because we were ramping up a lot, in my opinion, and we were playing a lot better as a team and as players in general.
That's what it looked like. Last split was the same thing. You guys were ramping up. After the first round robin, it seemed like you guys stopped playing Scion and started playing the Zyrocon, Wukong comps, and you guys were ramping up. You looked really good. You almost won that last game against Cloud9, but JoJo happened. And this split feels the same. You brought in Boogie, and it was just a little too late. Sort of your first reflections on the year as a whole being on Shopify.
I mean, there's a lot to think about, to be honest. It was a roller coaster of a year for me. Not really too sure what to say on that. I feel like we kind of, both splits came in like, what's the word? Like, we started to get ready, or like we started to ramp up a little too late. And I think, I'm not really sure what the reason is for that, but I feel like we had a lot of potential, and just as a team in general, I think when we were actually playing well, we would play really fucking well. And I just don't know where the consistency was for that, I guess, is the best way to put it. I'm not sure what it is. I don't think there's anyone to really blame or anything like that. I mean, it kind of just happened. Yeah, I don't know. I believed in the team and everyone, and yeah, I mean, I wish we could have shown more. I wish we could have went to playoffs because I think we would have made a damn good run.
Yeah, I had a feeling that if you guys did make it, you're probably at the very least be top four. Because I could see you guys beating Dig, and then you just have to beat one more. So
yeah, it was a pretty easy road to Worlds, honestly, and that's been my dream since I was a kid.
do you? I know it's a little too early. Like the league is changing. We're losing two teams. I mean, Shopify said they don't plan on leaving, but I think your contract is up at the end of this year. Do you start thinking of that kind of stuff now, or is it a little too early? You're still basking in what just happened.
I'm probably just gonna think about it more. I don't want to think about it right now.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Games 2 and 3, we saw some interesting drafts from Shopify. We saw Vayne, we saw some Aurora gameplay. Evelyn, were you guys trying to go out like having fun, or was this an actual team comp that you guys were trying to play?
Wasn't they weren't really team comps we were trying to play. I think we were just like kind of realized what our position was and came to reality, and then we were just thinking like, yeah, let's just have a little bit more like looseness, I guess. And I think in game 2 it really showed because we were just playing like with no fear, no like, I don't know, just worry in the world. We were just playing League and enjoying the game we love, you know? The third game, I think we kind of tensed up again a little bit, but also at the same time, it wasn't like to a point where I think we lost because of it. I think we just lost because maybe some of our champs were not the best together, or I don't know, maybe Aurora is just OP, man. I don't know. That champ is kind of messed up.
She looked so OP. Every time she presses R, she could just die and still like this is, yeah. Boogie is going to the military. This is the last game that he's playing. Was there anything in specific that you guys were? I know a lot of times it's like, hey, do it for Boogie or something like that. Was that something on your mind?
I wasn't really thinking too much outside of the game, to be honest. So I was mostly just in the moment playing the game and trying to win, and at least put on like a what could have been moment for our team, and like maybe show the world that we did have potential.
Could you then tell me what the conversation was after game one happened, like in the locker room or whatever, wherever you guys go?
I don't remember it, to be honest. It kind of just flew by. Honestly, the last three games kind of felt like an hour to me.
Oh, you talked about playing loose. IMT have nothing to lose. I don't know if you guys scrimmed them or not, but do you expect them to also have sort of a showing where you guys are they're playing loose without any fear and they therefore like play better?
Yeah, I think they will. I think they did it last split too. When they realized they were out of playoffs, they started to play a lot more loose and like fearless, and just realized like they're good players and stuff like that. You know, I don't know how to describe it other than that, but when there's a pressure on your shoulder to perform or do something, I think some people it doesn't really affect. Some people it does, and I think IMT played really well last split at the end of the year, and I think they'll play really well again for their next series. And I think in scrims they were playing pretty well too.
Do you think that you're the type of player that pressure affects you?
Um, Not really personally. I feel like, yeah, I mean, it goes both ways. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I think it's not like really a consistent thing for me. I think sometimes it's like, wow, the pressure's on. Like, I really want to perform and prove people wrong. And sometimes it's like, oh, damn, I made a mistake here. I made this. And it's all I think about, you know? But it doesn't happen all the time. More often than not, it's more of a positive thing for me. And I actually enjoy the nerves. But yeah, I'm not sure.
All right. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time. I understand. I really appreciate the fact that you're doing this after a loss. Last thing, some words to the fans. I know it ended bitter and poorly, but I'll give you an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I just appreciate all the support that there is for this team and for the players, the org in general. I think they've treated us really well this whole year, and I want to shout out my teammates as well: Boogie, Tristan, or Tristan slash Zazol, Fake God, Tomio, B-Boy, Sam or Revan, our coach, Simon, our manager, and everybody else that's been part of the org that has helped us. I think they made it really comfortable for us to practice and play the game and really get the most out of each other. And I'm just grateful to have been a part of this. I really wish we could have done more. Honestly, I think we were better than we showed this whole year. And I think it showed at some points, but obviously other points it didn't. But if we could just have gotten there, but I have no regrets. And I really want to say thanks to everybody who has watched.
Thank you for giving us a show, and we'll keep cheering for you regardless of what happens.
Thank you.
Bye. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to ask. Wasn't the best interview, but honestly, just pain. This is a couple days after, so I'm able to like reflect on it a little bit because I knew if I released it, just wouldn't have an outro. But yeah, it was quite sad, and I'm really appreciative of him actually doing the interview, both on stage and with me. Um, yeah, it sucks, and hopefully in the future I'll be better at these elimination interviews. But especially when my team's involved, it kind of sucks.